face because the camera's on someone else. Is that all right? So we've got both of you. Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, do you want me to come around there a little bit? I can have my chair. Well, you put your chair there? Yeah. How's that? Right. So if I've got that, oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. So do we need the headset on when I'm playing? I can't get it in there anyway. So, well, terminology. No, I don't need it. No, as long as you're all right with the sound. That sounds all right to me. Sounds good. Do you know Leo Brazil? Have you met Leo Brazil yet? Okay, he's a local folk singer. He's a good lad. He's played at the Northern Quarter a lot, and I got him on the Foxy's Den, so he was on the radio last night. Yeah, that's okay. It'll be okay. Pull back a little bit if you don't. And when I get these headsets off, I'll be further back anyway. So what I'll do is, yeah. So that's okay, isn't it? If I'm over here playing guitar, is that okay? Right. Good. I know what you're saying. Sky, but soon there will be rain. All 4 seasons in my day. Oh, let's go round again. Something's rain eternal. On you I can rely. Caring hand, a knowing smile. Friendship in your eyes. Spanning every ocean across the great divide, destined to be worlds apart, but always by my side. Holding at the red light, walk, don't walk, then go. So much change within my life, there's one thing I know. You're forever sunshine as I walk in the rain. Stranded at the station, you'll always be my train. I'm not playing that one. No. Yeah. Well, the songs I'm going to do are Why Did I... Because that's a bit about my mental health and getting to know myself. And then I'm going to do When You're Around, because that's about people who help us achieve our dreams and climb mountains. Then I'm going to do Mr. Edgar, because he was a good chap anyway. And then I'm going to finish with one called Can We Talk, which is all about, people not communicating. And, it starts off with passing each other in the hallway. And then it's about children of the world and what we're exposing them to. And then it's about world leaders having to have a word. So yeah, it's and I love it. It's brilliant. That's not been released yet. Why Did I Care was the first song I ever wrote, I cannot believe that I wrote that in 2018 when I got a guitar in 2019. The first recording of that is still the one that's out there. So I must have been doing something right, even though I couldn't play guitar, couldn't sing, and I was just learning. And I couldn't. It was just like it was just a lucky shot. Everything was natural on it. When you're around, well, that was about my mum. It was originally it started about my mum, and the back end of it is kind of a love song, and I recorded that at Abbey Road Studios, which is absolutely fantastic. So over the moon with that. The the next song, which was Mr. Edgar, I was asked to write a song, which is phenomenal. And that takes me back to my roots, and which is back to Manchester. Yeah. Narelle Summers is by your side. Blitz your stress, feel good inside on Smile Radio. Narelle Summer Show. Blitz your stress, feel good inside on Smile Radio. Narelle Summer Show.
Hello, I'm Narelle Summers, emotional wellbeing coach and speaker. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening whenever you are listening to this. Today, I'm joined by the superstar Kieran Doyle. Woo!
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
How are you doing, Kieran?
I'm doing very well. All the better for being in here. That's I appreciate it.
Brilliant. Also, if you were just listening then a moment ago, that was my new jingle, and Kieran Doyle wrote my new jingle, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. I was given the script. You did tell me everything to put in there. I mean, it was like... It's
not like Narelle.
It was very prescriptive.
Yes, I can feel the vibe of this show already.
I didn't feel in control at all.
No. Hello, Richard. So Richard Harrison is the owner of Smile Radio and my producer. How are you doing, Richard?
Great to be alive.
Bless him.
Every day's a bonus.
It is. He didn't get in till 1:30 this morning, and you're bright and breezy producing my radio programme.
Yeah, Face Radio.
Face for radio. Yes, as you can see, the camera is only on myself and Kieran. So, Kieran, is an inspirational person. He is a business owner. He's a singer, songwriter, a musician, and we are going to be talking about the successes of his business, the success of his music, but also the challenges. I think people see Kieran now that he's successful in both his business and his music, but it takes a lot to get there.
Oh, there's a lot of hard yards, absolutely, yeah.
And that's what we're going to be sharing today. But first, to kick it off, Kieran is going to be, I've asked him to choose 4 of his songs today. So, yes. So if you want to just tell us your first song and the story behind it, Kieran.
Okay, so this first song is called Why Did I Care? And it's about me learning to be myself, because I spent an awful lot of time trying to be what I thought other people wanted me to be. I wanted to be in with the in crowd and with the people who were getting all the attention. And I was failing miserably until I found that I was better off being myself and people preferred me. I call it my ugly duckling, by the way. And I call it the ugly duckling because Hans Christian Andersen wrote the ugly duckling because he felt the same way. He felt like he was out of everything, and he wrote the song because he had to learn to be himself, and eventually when he realised who he was, he felt like the swan, and that was all it was all about. So this is Why Did I Care? Never thought I'd feel this way. I've waited for this tide 1,000 times. I got so close, but the waves fell through my hand. But now there's not a trace of my tears left on the sand. Why did I care what they know? Invaded my mind and taken climbed this mountain before I knew how to fly. I've crashed and burned so many times before. For so many years, drying tears from my eyes. Should have learned how to walk before getting so high. Like a leaf on the wind, I was high then low. I was caught in a storm and out of control. Why did I care what they know? Invading my mind and taking my soul. My feet on the ground, I've started to soar. My head's in the clouds and I'm high for sure. Shattered my fears, now I look to the sky. With the years in my eyes, I'm ready to fly. Like a leaf on the wind, I was high then low. I was caught in a storm and out of control. Now I just don't care what they know. Not invading my mind and taking my soul. No, I just don't care what they know. Not invading my mind and taking my
Woo! 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 Love it, love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you very much.
So, I'm going to take you back now. So, in 2019, at the age of, can I say?
Yeah.
At the age of 57, you decided to buy a business and to buy a guitar.
Absolutely. In that order.
In that order,
Yeah.
okay. So let's go through the business first. You said that it was a long life ambition of yours to buy a business. So why then?
So, if I take you back to 1979 when I was a craft apprentice at a company called Mather and Platt Pumps in Manchester,
Right.
and I had no qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
I'd struggled at school with bad health, and I never went to school. I started to wag it, and eventually someone said to me, "Go to engineering; they'll take anyone." So I got into 4 different companies, and the one that I chose was Mather and Platt Pumps. And when I walked into that company on the open day, my mum came with me, and she says, "What do you want to do?" And I pointed to the guy who was running the company, and I said, "What is job? I want that job." And she said I was a cocky little so-and-so,
Mm-hmm.
clipped me around the ear roll and said, "You've got a lot to do before then." But Mather and Platt Pumps, they sent me to college. I did my HNC and my ONC, and then they sent me to do my degree at night school. And then eventually I went to another company and they paid for my MBA at night school.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the qualifications because of the companies that I was joining. They were very, very good and supportive. And they allowed me to progress. I went from the shop floor to test engineer to service engineer, sales, then into project management, travelled all over the world. And then eventually I became a departmental manager around production, and eventually I was managing director. And I then prepped a company for sale with my current business partner, Kirsty Allenby, who is very finance orientated, but also very operational. She was operational auditor. And we turned the business around, we prepped it for sale, and then we decided we should go out and go and buy our own company. And it was a lifelong ambition that was realised. I just didn't realise how difficult it was going to be. Richard. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm in between two men this morning who have acted on their dreams and built up businesses. You know, Richard's dream was to have a radio station, a music venue, and that's what he's got. You wanted an engineering company, that's what you've got.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I know that both of you have worked extremely hard. I think people look at people and go, oh, they've got it easy. They run their own company.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they don't realise the hard work that's gone into it.
And I do have to say, it's on both accounts, it's not just me. Without Marie, my wife, partner, I know I'm a registered keeper at the minute, but without Marie, and I'm just putting it out there, I wouldn't be where I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she works as hard, if not harder, than I do in it. So, yeah, you need the support of people who believe in you as well.
Totally agree. I mean, and there are, you know, as the owner of the business, all the staff get paid. They get paid week in, week out, rain or shine. The owners of the business, they get paid out of dividends. And going home to your family and saying, "Oh, I've not brought anything home this week," it's a big ask for them. You know, so you do need that support. It's massive.
Yeah, people don't realise the first year of Smile Bar and Venue, we didn't take a penny.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
People just see you now, and they don't see the actual hard work, the graft, the challenges, the setbacks. And for you, Kieran, because, you know, you've obviously had, you know, challenges and setbacks within your business. What makes you keep on going? You could actually say, do you know what? I've had enough. I'm walking away. I'm going to sell it. What makes you keep going?
Vanity.
Okay.
And fear of failure. I don't have no fear at all. As far as I'm concerned, I'm there to get a result and to deliver a business that is successful.
Yes.
And your pride and everything that goes with that, that's where your energy comes from. And yeah, as you know, we bought a business that was immersed in food and drink. And I feel for Richard, because obviously you go into hospitality and you know, we've just had the worst 4 years you could expect following the COVID situation. And our business was immersed in food and drink. There was some of the customers were in textiles and printing, very low-end organisations. And we had to, you know, we had to keep the good stuff. We had to add to the good stuff. And we had to get some new customers quickly to reduce the dependency on single markets. Nobody knew who we were. You know, you've got to get your name out there, and you know, you're just a Jack the Lad really at the end of the day. You turn up at someone's doorstep and promise them the world, and you need that first order off them to show them what you can do. And after that, then I know that we're good. I know that we're very, very good at what we do. Our service and our deliverables are absolutely second to none. We just need the opportunity to prove it. And getting that opportunity has been the difficulty, because those customers are going through hard times themselves. You know, so.
What would you say to somebody though who's wanting to start a business? What advice would you give them?
Somebody told me that if you're going to start a business, you need at least 12 months salary behind you. I would double it. I would say 2 years. I would make sure that you've got the right financing. You're good at what you're doing. You expect to be able to be successful because you're already believing yourself. What you cannot control is the external environment. And when that external environment goes pear-shaped, you've got to survive, and you've got to keep, in our case, 15 people employed, 15 people paid every week, you know, and we've got a phenomenal credit rating. I mean, you know, we talk about partners. My business partner is absolutely phenomenal, Kirsty Allenby. She is incredible with the numbers. Our credit rating for our business is absolutely second to none. But I get my butt kicked every week if I'm not doing things in the right way, because she keeps me in tow. It's, you know, it's exactly, couldn't do it without her. So.
Yeah. But also a lot of people who dream about owning their own business, you know, are kept back by the fear, kept back by the inner chatter. And I guess that you would have had some fear and some inner chatter. How do you deal with that as a business owner?
I think you've got to talk to positive people. I think you need to keep the environment that you're in positive, because you can get dragged down. I will say that whilst I've had a business, and we'll come on to the music side afterwards, there are so many challenges, so many people saying no. You have to get over it. You have to, you know, if you've got a customer that you've been knocking on the door with for a long, long time, and you're adamant you want to work with them, and they keep saying no, change that customer. Go somewhere else. Find a Me Too customer, and just go and find somebody else who take your wares. And then eventually that customer will look up and they go, oh, they're doing all right. Maybe we should play something with them. That's happened with us, yeah, several times now. They didn't want to know us in the first place, and now they're coming to us because they know we're good at what we do.
Yeah. And also, I think, I can't remember, you need to have so many no's before you get a yes. And there's so many stories out there of people knocking on the doors of people and going, no, no, no. There's, you know, a couple of people spring to mind that the business owner, I'm going to say something now, and I'm not, I don't even know what they're called. They're the underwear that suck women in.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say the word that's in my mind because I think it's wrong.
You might have got it wrong.
I might have got it wrong.
Just say it.
No, I can't say it. No, I'm not. No, no. So, but now she is, you know, a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
She was absolutely. People did not want to know her. No, 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 no. And eventually, somebody said yes.
You've got to change perception.
Yes.
Yeah, it's business is massive on perception. It really, really is. And a lot of people, people buy people. You've already said that.
Yes. Yeah.
People get to know, and until you've actually got that relationship, we've taken our time. You know, we could go out and get lead generators. And they'd give us 1,000 leads in our first day, and we'd fail overnight because we can't service that many people. So what we do is we try to do sustainable growth.
Yeah.
Whilst trying to pay the wages and trying to pay all the bills.
Yeah.
But that sustainable growth has got us probably 8 blue chip companies on our books now, and you know, one very large Coca-Cola. They originally came to us and said, look, we'll bring you on the books and we'll have you as a backup plan. You'll be there for breakdown and repairs. We've been with them for 4 weeks and we've done 4 projects for them. And after the first breakdown, they called us in for 2 day-to-day projects, just daily projects. So the repairs and breakdown is out the window now. They want us, you know, lock, stock and barrel. It's brilliant.
And you know, you've mentioned a couple of times, and I know that I have, people do buy into people. You connect with people. We have a frequency, you know, and we connect with other people who have that same frequency.
So much of it is being patient, okay? I mean, we use LinkedIn. We contact a lot of customers. They'll all connect, and then when you want to do something with them, they're not interested. They're not there, and we've still got several companies that we want to work with that are being really nice to us, but they're not placing any orders with us. And what happened with the Coca-Cola situation is one of their staff moved to one of our existing customers.
Yeah.
And he saw how good we were, and he recommended us. And the people that he put us in touch with at Coca-Cola, they had a need, and we had the ability to serve that. And as I say, we've not been out of work with them in the last 4 weeks. It's been phenomenal. They could be one of our biggest customers going forward.
Yeah, and it is about being patient, and it's about being patient in a positive way. A lot of people go, oh yeah, no, I'm patient, and then get frustrated and then get annoyed. Then that's not generating those positive, happy vibes. It's about being patient and accepting that. and being happy about that.
I think what you've got to do is you've got to keep looking at the business and see what you're doing well.
Yes.
And take the energy from
Yes,
that. You know,
yeah.
and you know, during COVID, we had certain customers. Every one of our customers, bar one, reduced their demand.
Yeah.
One customer, they have 6 lines. They closed 5, and we got more business off them during COVID than we'd had before because
Yeah.
they got us. They trusted us, and they had us servicing those lines that
Yeah.
were down. And you have to applaud and you have to be thankful for those customers. You've created a loyalty,
Yeah.
and that's something to be proud of. And some days when you go in and you haven't got an order book, you think, yeah, but we've done really well over there. We've done really well over there.
Yes, yeah.
We just need more of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
yeah.
know, and don't be overtaken by the naysayers and the people who have not chose to use you yet, because they will.
Yeah, and also when somebody says no to me, I think there's a reason behind it. I always look and I think to myself, I might not be ready to work for that company, or there's a better company to work for. When somebody says no to me, I think there's a reason, and I'm okay with that. And yes, it is about focusing on the positives and being grateful for the orders that you have had. Focus on the positives. And now I'm going to ask you to play a second song. So if you want to just say what song it is and explain the story behind it.
Okay, so this song is called When You're Around. And, you know, when you're talking about business, you do need people supporting you in your circles to allow you to achieve your dream, climb mountains, get over the garbage that hits you every day. And this song was written initially for my mum. And then really I could dedicate it to everybody who's out there who's currently helping someone else get over something. And it's called When You're Around. Every day I put your smile in my pocket. You turn my world the right way round. You said the sun would shine and nothing else would stop it when you brought the new day round. When you're around, ba-da-da-ba, nothing brings me down, ba-da-da-ba, when you're around. When my head is in my hands, you are my tonic. You're always there to understand. You are my shooting star, the pilot in my rocket. You take me to the promised land. My castles ain't on sand, ba-da-da, 'cause you understand, ba-da-da. Castles ain't on sand. You said climbing mountains is easy with both feet on the ground. I know the world will see me with the vision that I found. When you're around, ba-da-da, nothing brings me down, ba-da-da, when you're around. The smile in your eyes says we will be forever. Think of me and don't look back. Under your rainbow, I will find my treasure. You're my world and that's a fact. No, I won't look back, ba-da-da-ba. And that's a fact, ba-da-da-ba. I won't look back. You said climbing mountains is easy with both feet on the ground. I know the world will see me with the vision that I found. When you're around, ba-da-da-ba, nothing brings me down, ba-da-da-ba, when you're around. Loving how you tease me when our storms collide. How you hug and squeeze me, you make me spin inside. When our storms collide, make me spin inside. When our storms collide, you said climbing mountains is easy with both feet on the ground. I know the world will see me with the vision that I found. When you're around, ba-da-da, nothing brings me down, ba-da-da, you're around.
Woo! Another brilliant song, Kieran.
Thank you very much.
Woo! And it's fantastic that you've come to the studio and you're singing live.
I love live music. It's absolutely awesome, and what an opportunity it really is, so thank you.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for giving your Saturday up and coming down. So before we move on to your music and your singing, is there anything else that you want to share in regards to your business?
Yeah, and you're aware of this. It's very easy in business to become central, focused, and in a rut, and you forget the rules of the game. And you need to ask other people for their opinions and their views. And I'm going to big you up here because you are now my goal mapping coach or butt kicking extraordinaire. And I've actually invited you in to kick my butt and keep me on track for the things that I say I'm going to do. And you do need that. I mean, my business partner, Kirsty Allenby, she knows our business back to front. And there's blood on the walls when she tells me I've not done certain things. Mm-hmm. And she's absolutely right. But I don't listen to her because she's there every day. And what I've done is I brought in a third party to say, well, you said you were going to do this, Kieran. Mm-hmm. Why haven't you done it? Mm. Was it not important? Well, okay, if it was important and you said you were going to do it, get out and do it and don't make the excuses. And sometimes you need someone to tell you as it is and just say, look, warts and all, don't sugarcoat it. Mm-hmm. Just get out and do what you said you were going to do. And, sometimes it's not about the customers, it's not about the suppliers, it's not about the staff, it's about the person running the business. And you need telling.
The thing is, I mean, I haven't met Kirsty, but I know how close you are. And sometimes when somebody's close to you, then it's difficult for you to listen. And, and it's about also having an accountability partner. You say, right, I'm going to do this, Narelle. You know that I'm going to hold you accountable. You have to do that.
Absolutely.
What you're doing.
Yeah.
And also, sometimes it's about just highlighting things that you may have done in the past and you forgot to do it in the present moment. So
often, I've actually said this, that you've reminded me of things that I used to do back in the day that you do get distracted by day-to-day firefighting. Mm-hmm. And what you need to do is, it's a common phrase, work on the business as well as in the business. Yeah. So.
And also, it's about your focus. Mm. Sometimes, I know. Can I share this?
You can.
Okay.
Because I know what you're going to... when you have a go at Richard, he knows what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Sometimes your focus is not where it should be. And you do tend to go off track. And, having an accountability partner brings you back on track, brings you back into that focus. And you're right. I think people sometimes just look at their business goals and they forget about their own personal goals and their own personal well-being. You have to be the best person you can be to run that business and to achieve those business goals. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. They focus on the business goals, they drive themselves into the ground wanting those business goals, but then don't set their own well-being goals, and then sometimes don't achieve those goals for whatever reason, because they don't look after themselves.
No, I totally agree with that. There's a lot of leaders out there who they take over, they do everything themselves.
Yeah.
I've got such a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Kirsty and I are so privileged to have got a core team that we've managed to build on, and during the lean COVID years,
Mm-hmm.
we did work on the business. We worked on turning the business around.
Yeah.
You know, we cleared all the high maintenance machines out. We cleared all the high maintenance people out and customers, and now we're set fair to go. We've had to do that, but I think what you need to realise is it's not just about you. I mean, we can't do anything without our team.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes you think, oh, I'm having a bad day. You owe it to that team to get working. You owe it to that team to keep them busy. And then when you keep them busy, you can sit back and you say, you know what, we've got a good team here, and they're actually turning tricks. They're doing really well.
And also, if you look after yourself, your well-being and your positivity, then that has a knock-on effect with Kirsty, with your team.
Yeah.
We're looking at the whole package. And, you know, just touching on how I work, and obviously both Richard and Kieran know how I work, I am very direct, and I will hold you accountable. I want to pierce that subconscious mind, because I want you to have a better quality of life. And when you start having a better quality of life, it is a ripple effect. Everybody around you has a better quality of life.
It's quite frightening, really, because the positivity of the person who's running the show, it does ripple. I mean, I've had my team, I'll go out to my team every morning, say good morning, have a chat to them, or whatever. It's not contrived, it's real. But I tell you what, if I miss it, they'll say to me, what's up with him?
Yeah.
What have I done to upset him today?
Yeah.
He's not spoke to me today. And you think, I've just got something else on my mind, right? But you've got to... Negative energy radiates and ripples just as well as positive.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you go in there with a head like a bear with a sore butt, then it's going to,
it has an impact on people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, let's turn to your music now. So at the same time as buying a business, you then bought a guitar, and you learnt yourself how to play a guitar. And you write your own songs.
Yeah, the songwriting came first, really. I mean, I was one of these people who, well, first of all, I never listened to anyone. Never listened. I mean, I was the loudest person at an Oasis concert singing the wrong lyrics, because I never listened to them. I just thought I knew it already.
Yeah.
And my version was better than theirs anyway. But what I found was people said, "What's that tune you're whistling?" I don't know. It's just a random tune. And then I started recording these tunes while I was walking my dogs, and I started putting lyrics to them. And I'd go back and play it back, type it out, shuffle it, and next minute I'd say, I can make a song out of this. And so I had songs written, but I couldn't get anyone else to play them, and no one would know them, so I had to buy a guitar. And I bought a guitar, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. And I went on YouTube, and I did all the YouTube lessons, all the things they tell you not to do. I did. And I thought, you know what, it's free, I'm having it. And I learnt to play guitar, and Richard Ashcroft uses 4 chords, so, you know, why can't I? And as I say, the very first song I wrote was Why Did I Care?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that is doing so well on some internet stations. They absolutely love it. And it's still the original version that I did in 2019 when I couldn't play guitar and I couldn't sing. I went to a wonderful lady called Nikki Warrington, who is Huddersfield based, and I did a year of singing coaching.
Right. Okay.
And she, like you, kicked my butt about posture, breathing, and all these things, and finish your words. So many artists don't finish the words, you know. And she made me put at the end and finish the, you know, and it makes such a difference, and it makes you conscious of what you're doing. So I started writing these songs, and I started playing, and I went to the Northern Quarter. I love the Northern Quarter. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I was there shaking like a dog, and I soon realised that it's not about writing a song. It's not about learning to play the guitar. It's about being able to keep your legs still while you're behind a microphone playing that guitar and singing your song. You know, my brother, who is a phenomenal guitarist and plays in, he's played in so many bands, he'll say to me, he said, Kieran, he said, I'm not getting up behind that mic singing my own song with an acoustic guitar. Not a chance. He said, I've played, and he's played all over the world, sort of thing. You know, he's phenomenal. It takes some doing. But I've asked venues if I can play solo there and do a gig, and I haven't had a reply. And I think at first you go, oh, wow, the rejection in this business it's harder than engineering. But they're trying to put bums on seats. They're trying to sell their product, and they need someone they can rely on. So the answer is go away and get better. You know, don't sulk about the fact that they're not giving you the time of day. You know, one of my absolute legends is Suzanne Vega. And if you listen to Suzanne Vega talk about her early career, she always wanted to go and play at such a place. And they kept knocking her back. And she got a job at such a place, serving and doing secretarial. And then she was going to play, and they said no. So she went to a different venue. And once she started getting notoriety, that place were begging for her to go. But you've got to go to places that want what you've got to sell. Stop trying to sell something that they don't want.
Yeah.
You know, learn the lesson. And I hear a lot of artists say, look, if you're not getting accepted, it's not the venue, it's you. You're not good enough. Go and practice. You know, and I've seen some phenomenal artists play at the Northern Quarter, and there's great guitarists.
I do agree with you to a certain degree. As a venue owner,
Yeah.
and obviously we've got our overheads. We've got, you know, the stand just to open the doors. You know yourself as having your own business, but we've had a number of we do a live and unsigned, and again we were talking about it's just off air, and we get a number of bands, artists come. We don't charge for people to come and listen, but we don't pay the bands either. So it's everybody has to stay till everybody plays, and it has to be original content.
Yeah.
But what we found, people coming to watch original music. I used to go all over to. I'd see a band on, not even heard of them, and I'd go watch them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's mad that people, we might get 30 people in, and you've been to our venue. I mean, we can have up to 650 people standing there.
Yeah.
It's a big old space, and when you've only got 30 people in, it's not cost effective, and it's not that. I mean, Smile Radio, 90% of what we play is unsigned and independent music. So we're a massive advocate of new music. It's really hard. Like you said, you've got to get bums on seats.
Yeah, you are.
And we've had some phenomenal talent, and it's not. And they are brilliant. There's the band called the Cheap Thrills.
Yeah.
They're selling out the Olympia in Liverpool. We had them on. You know, we paid them £200 because we've got some funding through Carcleys Council to do this open. Well, not an open, a live and unsigned. But there's some amazing talent, and it's not that the venues don't want you to come and play. It's just got to be viable.
Yeah, correct. You've got to be able to afford it. You know, it's not a charity. It's so difficult. But I think that the artists have got to realise that. You know, one of the things that I've done is I've played.
They do take it personally, Kieran.
And
they do, and it's not personal.
Well, and I did, but I've had to have. Well, someone like Narelle has a word with you, and you kind of think, well, yeah, what she's telling me about my business applies to my music as well. They are so similar. The rejection rates in both are huge, but it is not personal.
Yeah.
It's about trying to sell what they want. You know, stop trying to sell something that people don't want. I mean, people can say to me, well, why don't you do covers? Now, I can do covers, and I practice covers. There's loads of cover artists out there, and they're earning a fortune. But that's not getting my music out there, and my passion. I will go and play for nothing at a venue because I want my music to be heard, and I want them to book me next time. You know, it's and it's if they haven't heard you before. You know, someone told me that if you go into a lecture hall and you listen to lectures all day, you're going to switch off. If you do that with new music, if you play new track after new track after new track where people have got to have that attention span, they're going to switch off. They're going to start chinking glasses, they're going to start chatting. So what you need then is the anecdotes in between. You need to have the chat. You need to bring them back in and say, this next song is about, and have something that's going to grab their attention.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people don't do that.
No. There's a couple of questions that I want to ask you. So, you know, when you first went out and you were on a live stage and audience, and your knees were knocking together and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm scared to death on this stage and I want it to be over. What made you push through that, and how did you push through that?
I watched others.
Okay.
I mean, when I started going on the open mic circuit, I've always gone everywhere on my own.
Yeah.
I don't go with a load of mates or anything. If I go to an open mic, I want to go and do my bit good.
Yeah.
And then I steal shamelessly. I watch others and I go, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And I go away and practice.
Okay.
Because I want to be as good as I possibly can be at what I do, whether it's engineering or whether it's music.
Yeah.
I want to be the best there is.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be a bit contrived and a bit, but to me, there's no point in being in it if you're not going to do it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's...
But how did you get over your nerves?
Practice.
And fear? Practice.
It's practice.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, you've got to get up on a regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like this. The first radio interview I did was I was invited into Beverly FM to play my Christmas song, which was recorded at Abbey Road, by the way, if anyone's listening. Right? And I went to Beverly FM, and I was sweating. I was a nervous wreck. But when I looked at the video back, I didn't look a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
It was all inside, and people said, "Oh, you sounded really good." And I thought, "Well, okay." So it's about going out there and getting over that initial nerves, and it's about enjoying it, and if you bomb out, then go away and practice and be better and get over it. Don't kick yourself.
It's like anything, isn't it? It's not failure. We talk, I've had success and failure in business. And it's just, I know it sounds really cheesy and cliche, but if you don't learn by the mistakes you've done, the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again
absolutely.
and expecting a different outcome. But sometimes you need to just put yourself out there, out of your comfort zone, and just give it a go.
I made a comment the other day. I was watching a guy that was on a radio show. I was on a live stream. And I commented, and phenomenal guitar. It was actually Leo Brazil last night. Leo Brazil is phenomenal, okay? And he plays this track, and everyone's commented about how good it is. And I said, I hate guitarists. and they were in hysterics.
Yeah.
And then someone came back and said, Kieran, you are a guitarist. Stop putting yourself down. Now he is phenomenal. He's been in there a long time, and he's practiced his trade. My guitar skills suit my songs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If I tried playing a guitar the way he played guitar, my songs would sound bobbins. It's all about getting the right fit.
Yeah.
And going back to play the right venues. I mean, I love, you've got to applaud any venue that puts time into new music. The music industry is absolutely ruthless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Do you want to play another song?
I will. Absolutely. Woo! Thank you. Yeah.
And if you can just tell us the title and the story behind it.
Okay, so this song is called Mr. Edgar, and it's about, I joined Facebook when I got an engineering company, and I did all my music on Facebook, and there was a Facebook group called AKA Gulliver, Mr. Edgar, or Robert Edgar, and Robert Edgar in 1960, his mother passed away. In 1962, when I was born, he was made homeless. He'd fallen out with his father, and they'd had a bust up. No one knows how or why, but he walked the streets until 1991 when he passed away aged 58. And the story is, if you talk to the locals, they'll say that he kept his ear to the ground, and people would be wandering the streets in the middle of the night with mental illness, like dementia, or victims of domestic violence. And he would walk with them while they were in tears, and he'd make sure they were okay, pulled themselves together, and got back safe and well. And those people would leave a light on to say that they'd left food and drink out for him. So it was, he is a folklore legend, and this is my tribute to Robert Edgar. It's called Mr. Edgar. Ask me why he lives this way, it's none of our concern. Walked the streets for 30 years, a chapter we could learn. Please don't ponder on the day that he walked out the door. He ain't sorry, got no tears, he don't care no more, Mr. Edgar. He rolls tobacco in his hands, treasure of the street. He lives in a wonderland that makes his life complete. He won't change a single day for what he had before. Life reset with no regrets when he walked out the door, Mr. Edgar. He won't miss the riches on the dark side of the door. We will miss his footsteps, 'cause without him we are poor. He's the one who held your hand when lightning struck each night. He's the one who walked you home under angels' light, Mr. Edgar. Exists in nature's providence, streets in his backyard. Doesn't matter anymore if he played the wrong card. Rainy days and Sundays in a coat so old and worn. We will leave a light on, keep him fed and warm, Mr. Edgar. He wakes in serenity as morning chorus sing. Folklore immortality, a life of kindness bring. He's the one who held your hand when lightning struck each night. He's the one who walked you home under angels' light, Mr. Edgar. Mr. Edgar understands, living in his wonderland. Holds your hand when lightning strikes, walks you home in angels' light. Mr. Edgar understands, living in his wonderland. Holds your hand when lightning strikes, walks you home in angels' light. Mr.
Love it, love it.
Thank you very much.
Woo! I love the stories behind your songs. I think it's so important to know the story as well behind the songs.
I was asked some time ago if any of my songs are about my life. All of my songs are about my life.
Yeah, because that's where you draw from.
Yeah.
Just going back to what you were saying before, that you've had a lot of no's in the music industry. What would you say to people who are getting no's all the time, and how do you deal with that?
I think that you've got to be constructive.
Yeah.
I think you've got to be positive. There's a reason why people say no. It might be that they're fully booked.
Yeah.
It might be they just don't know you from Adam. They haven't got a clue what your skills are like. It might be that your CV and the information you're sending to them is not up to par. It might be that you're not good enough. Mm-hmm. It might just be that you've got to improve. I have my brother-in-law will come and he'll record some of my shows on occasions, and then we'll break it up and we'll send it to people.
Right.
But you've got to, send your best game. Don't send something that is half cut and half decent. You're going to put people off. You get one shot with these people. A lot of the time, we've already said with Richard that they're not a charity.
Yeah.
They exist, and when they go out of business, we're absolutely useless. There's no artist without an audience. There's no audience without a venue, and they all go hand in hand. So it's your duty as a performer to do your best trick. And it's, I had to learn to write, I had to learn to play guitar, I had to learn to be able to stand behind a mic. But the biggest thing I've had to learn is to entertain.
Yeah.
And
so what would you say to anybody? Because you bought your business at 57, you bought your guitar at 57. What would you say to anybody who's still sat on the fence about their dreams?
Stop procrastinating. Get out there and get it done. What's the worst you can get? A no? Oh, yeah, try again. And the thing is, when you get past that post, the feeling is enormous.
Yeah.
You just want to go out and do it again.
Yeah.
It's like these people who do marathons. I don't know why they do marathons, but they do marathons and they finish and they go, I want to do another one. No, don't be stupid. Go and buy a guitar. It's, but once you've got up and you've done 3 songs at an open mic that have gone down so well, when you're around, there's ba 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 ba. When you're around, I've had audiences sing that back to me, and the feeling is phenomenal. I've got a song called Hurricane Jack, and I've had groups of lads in a pub sing back to me because Hurricane Jack is not coming back, and you think, wow, they know my song better than I do. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. The thing is, it's the adrenaline, isn't it?
You buzz on it.
Yeah, you do, and you're sharing your stories through music. And also, they're therapeutic to you. They can be therapeutic to the audience. I love doing this live radio program because it's live. I love standing in front of an audience because I feel like I'm helping people have a better quality of life. And people listen to music to have a better quality of life. I
fell out with all my songs. I went through a phase where I'd written all these songs and they were boring.
Yeah.
I just, and it was because I wasn't presenting him correctly to others, to the audience.
Yeah.
And what I did is I home in on other artists. I see what they do. I've tracked Suzanne Vega from 1984 with, and she did her first gig. Even she didn't know the recording was out there. But when I was checking it, she was making mistake after mistake after mistake. And she just got over it with anecdotes. And I thought, you know what? That's her learning a trade all the way through. And now I've watched a lass called Hannah Scott. I saw her at the Band on the Wall, and I saw her at the live rooms in Saltaire. And I've learned so much just from watching them. And you think, right, okay, that's going in the cachet now. I'm having that for my next gig.
Yeah.
And I watched a lass called Amanda Rome from Canada, who was on the gig at live rooms. And the way she moved with the guitar, she would become a visual rather than just an audio entertainer. And I thought, okay, I'll have a bit of that as well.
We're running out of time, so we need to have your 4th song, Kieran. And what's the title and the story behind the song?
I love this show because everything about it connects to my songs. So this song is called Can We Talk? And I was away on business and I was in London, and I walked through Hyde Park after breakfast, and as a Mancunian walking through with a bit of a swagger through Hyde Park, saying good morning to people, the fear that was in people's eyes, it was incredible. No one was saying good morning back, okay? And then I thought, my mum used to say to me, never go to bed on an argument, because you get up in the morning, you walk past each other, you don't talk to each other. And I was thinking, if people talk more, the world would be a far safer and better place. So this is called Can We Talk? Early morning, earth is calling and the sun is on its way. Soon begins another groundhog day. Past each other in the hallway just like yesterday. Never seem to find a word to say. Autumn trees are laying golden carpets on the ground. The same faces as tomorrow walk around. Lonely hearts masquerading through a crowded town. Eyes are full of fear, they just look down. But if we talk for a while, we can make each other smile. We built this bridge a million times before. Come on, talk for a while till we make each other smile. Lay the weapons down, stop the war. Can we talk? Children of the universe, watch masters stand their ground. Echoes as the pins drop all around. Who will be the first to listen to the lowly crowd? Who will be the first to say out loud? Can we talk for a while till we make each other smile? We built this bridge a million times before. Come on, talk for a while till we make each other smile. Lay the weapons down, stop the war. Can we talk? Another day, but who will stop this world from going down? Who will get our heads out of the clouds? Simple hi, hello, good morning turns the wheel round. Let's reconnect, make our children proud. Can we talk till they listen? 3 words the world is missing. Talk, can we talk? Talk until they listen. 3 words the world is missing. Talk, can we talk? Talk for a while till we make each other smile. We built this bridge a million times before. Come on, talk for a while till we make each other smile. Surely that's the world worth fighting for. Can we talk?
Woo! I've never heard that song before.
Thank you. That's my little protest song.
Yes, love it. So, where can people find you on social media?
Okay, so you can get me on Facebook. It's Kieran Doyle Music. You can get me on YouTube, Kieran Doyle Music. I've got a website, which is kierandoylemusic.com. And you can get me on SoundCloud as well, which is Kieran Doyle. So, yeah, you can find me on several different... I will say that the first song that I did, Why Did I Care? The second song, When You're Around, and Mr. Edgar are all out on all platforms. You can go and download them.
Brilliant. And where can people see you live?
Well, the next time you can see me live, I will be at the Peace Hall in the bandstand for the Christmas market. I will be opening that. I will be the first person on. Yes, it's Friday the 15th. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm also on radio on the 7th, if I can say it. I'm on Rhubarb Radio in Wakefield.
Yeah.
And I will be playing in HMV in Stockport on the 23rd of November. Really looking forward to that. They have some massive bands at Stockport. I'm really appreciating HMV. I've done 5 of their stores this year. So.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Kieran. Thank you so much, Richard. And if anybody wants to contact me, my email address is hello@narellesummers.co.uk. I do goal mapping sessions. I will be your accountability partner. And I do have a keynote called Be Kind to Your Mind, where I share about 8 or 9 different techniques on to reduce stress, increase self-esteem and confidence. Thank you so much. Till next time.
Don't worry. Narelle's panicking because we've just overrun very slightly, but that's the beauty of live radio. So, and the thing is, I own the station, so we're all right. Anyway, just want to say a massive thank you to Kieran. Narelle, as always, positive as ever. And don't forget, if you've missed this show, you can catch it again on our website, smileradio.co/on-demand. You'll have to bear with me because we've had all the old shows being taken down by Weebly, the website. Damn them anyway. But yes, thanks again for tuning in. Everybody, don't forget, if you want to come to Smile Bar and Venue, we've got all sorts coming on. So smilebarandvenue.co.uk/events. And all I have to say is thanks very much. Have a great weekend and be kind to each other.
Thank you very much.
Take care, guys.
Narelle Summers is by your side. Blitz your stress, feel good inside on Smile Radio.